Hi everyone, welcome to this English Stars review lesson. This was from our English Stars lesson, which was 10:30 on Monday, April 15th. Right, I'm going to share my screen and we can get straight into it. So today we were developing our creative writing skills on the sci-fi theme that we've been looking at for the past couple of weeks, and we will continue to look at as well. And we focus today on our punctuation and vocabulary. I started off the lesson by showing these two little pictures. Just while we waited for everyone to arrive, I got the children to chase through the maze/labyrinth, which we discuss later in the lesson. And the children also had to write down some words that popped into their head when they looked at this picture. And well done if you spotted that the girl here was in a spacesuit. Okay, the next thing we did, and you might want to pause the video for this because I'm not going to read it through. We had a few little words missing here, and you've got a big hint here, an adjective. Can you suggest an adjective to go in here? So this is the little story start that's linked to this picture. This is the word labyrinth. And I highlighted this because perhaps it might be a new word for some of the children in the group. And we talked about the differences between a maze and a labyrinth. And I used this slide just to highlight the difference. So a maze is kind of designed to kind of confuse you, has lots of different options of ways to go. Whereas a labyrinth is just like a long guided path that you just follow all the way around. And then you eventually get into the middle, whereas the maze, you get out the other side, but the maze, you arrive, the labyrinth, you arrive into the middle. Okay, so the next thing we did was we looked at being a punctuation doctor. Being a punctuation doctor means two things. You have to be a doctor. You have to diagnose the problem. Okay, you have to say what's wrong with the sentence. Then you have to cure the problem. So you have to make the problem better. So we went through sentence by sentence, diagnosing and curing problems. So with things like capital letters for the beginning of sentences, capital letters for proper nouns, full stops, adding in adjectives or switching adjectives for better adjectives, definitely. Sometimes a diagnosis might be that the sentence is too short. So you could cure that problem by trying to extend it and using a conjunction word, a subordinate conjunction, or a coordinating conjunction to try and extend that sentence. So if you're doing this video as a recorded video, you can pause it here and you can have a go on your piece of paper of trying to be a doctor here, punctuation doctor, and improve these sentences. The next thing we did was we talked about this vocabulary, and some of the children explained the definitions of these. And there was one that I wasn't a little bit sure of, so I wasn't quite sure how to explain this one. So we talked about how we can find out the meaning of a word if we don't know, and we talked about looking up in the dictionary. Luckily now in modern technology we have things like Googles and Alexas that can help us. I can just ask the definition of a word and it will explain it. So that's a good way. And I think it's important to highlight to children that it's not only children that come across words that they don't understand, that sometimes as adults we come across words that we're not sure about. And that's important. We're always learning, aren't we? And that's okay to not know a word. Okay, and then I asked the children to write down a couple of these words that they liked, maybe were new to them today, or words that they'd forgotten about and they thought they would be good. And they used them either in a little story start about the picture, or digging deeper into the meaning of the text. So for this part of the lesson, it was either a question time here, children had to have a go of answering these questions, or having a little extended write, changing the name of the character, maybe putting themselves in with their pet, which prompted us to then move on to our final game or quiz. And we started off with the first game was you had 1 minute to write down as many different kinds of pets as you can. So I started the timer and the children had to write down a list of pets. Took 1 minute. We had loads of pets, actually, really good, averaging about 10 or 11 in a minute, which is pretty good writing. So we changed it up a bit, and then the children had to write as many kinds of different words or vocabulary associated with space. So we'd obviously had quite a lot in the lesson because this was a space themed lesson, but they could also pull into this maybe some of the vocabulary here linked to space. And actually that was a harder one, but we did even better. I think the top person there got 15 words in a minute, which was super impressive. Good. So I'm going to pop this video on my YouTube channel for you to see and go through. If you do any work, just as normal, guys, just send it to me and I will mark it. If you're watching this video and you like the lesson, then you can join me and you can join the rest of the group. I'll put the link in the description below and then you'll know where to join. All right. Thank you for watching this and I'll see you in class this week. Bye-bye.